Me, 36-year-old male, married to my wife, 36-year-old female, 11 years, and I can't stop thinking about a girl I dated for 1 month 16 years ago. Welcome to another video on the Gossip Corner. Today's story was taken from a post found on our relationships on Reddit, and it was posted by Thor442. This story has an update, so I will be talking about that at the very end. I'm going to jump straight into the story. I have what I consider to be a good, healthy relationship with my wife. For some reason though, I recently am unable to stop thinking about a girl I dated 16 years ago for the entirety of a month. The relationship was normal for two 20-year-olds. We liked to low-key hang out and have lots of sex. The relationship ended abruptly one day. She and I hung out with a group of people on Saturday night, did our normal at-home thing, then got up Sunday and went to a friend's college graduation party. Then, as I remember it, she seemed super distant and just upped and left. That was the end of it. I remember at the time I took the breakup really hard, called off work 3 days, got super drunk, cried to my friends. The other night I had a dream about her, and in the dream I kept calling her the one that got away. I know that isn't true in any sense of the word. We definitely both went completely different directions in life as far as I know. I don't really know much about her, as we completely stopped talking at the end of our relationship and never stayed friends. Ever since that dream, I have been rehashing those 4 to 5 weeks, 16 years ago, over and over again in my mind. It's driving me nuts. I am not sure how to bring this up to my wife, or even if I should mention it. I've read a few self-help articles saying this all really points to me just never getting closure on the relationship. Any and all advice would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so from the way that the post is worded, I feel like OP is genuinely not a bad person. I don't think he has any intention of cheating on his wife or anything like that. I think because he dreamed about her and he just hasn't thought about her in such a long time that it kind of just brought up some old memories and he can't seem to shake them. But I genuinely don't think this is coming from any bad place. And I don't think he necessarily needs closure from this person either. The dream probably just brought up a lot of emotions that he hasn't thought about or felt in a very long time. And as some of the comments mention, which I will talk about later, this potentially could be a little bit of a midlife crisis. As for telling his wife, I really don't know what to think. I feel like he definitely could tell his wife and they could work through this together. But I also feel like telling her may cause her some unnecessary pain. Like I said before, I don't think OP has any bad intentions. So I don't think it's something he necessarily should have to tell his wife. It's not like he's cheating on her or anything. But he probably should talk to someone about it, just for his own peace of mind. And I don't necessarily mean the girl that he's been dreaming about, but maybe even a therapist could help in this situation. I have no idea. I really don't know what to think on this situation. I mean, I'm only 23, but I feel like it's definitely a possibility that you might get to a certain age and start thinking about the days that you were younger and what could have been, and that it doesn't necessarily mean you want to go back and change anything, but you just start to rethink a lot of your life choices, I guess. I don't know. I would honestly really love to hear what you guys think about this in the comments. And I'm going to read some of the comments on the Reddit post. Normality is Restored commented, "Don't mention this to your wife. This is your midlife crisis problem to deal with. You are fearing aging and fearing growing older with things undone. This isn't about that girl 16 years ago. It's about you worrying about all the things you haven't done with your life. Therapy for you, or lean to deal with the fact that you are going to get older and there will always be other things that you can't be a part of." M. Binsky commented, "A lot of the time it's easy to romanticize something that happened forever ago because you forget about the bad parts and all the reasons that person wasn't meant for us. Just remember that it ended for a reason and you love your wife." Law et al. Commented, "I think it's natural to get nostalgic about our younger years with fresher bodies and fewer worries. So yeah, as someone who is also in his mid-30s, I don't love the amount I have to think about retirement planning now as compared to how little I worried about my job back then. I remember taking multiple days off from work for a bender when I turned 21. I can't even fathom what that would feel like now. At some point, it's worth talking to your wife about how you feel about approaching middle age and how every step further from your youth makes you feel. She probably wants to share the same with you, but I don't think it's great to specifically share, 'I keep thinking about the great sex I had with this one girlfriend. I wish we had done it more.' There's probably a better way to talk about what you're nostalgic about from that time in your life, just in more generic terms with respect to your sex life back then." That was honestly a really good comment, to be honest. Basically encouraging OP to talk about the way he's been feeling with his wife, just maybe leave out some of the specifics in order to not hurt her feelings. Because there are some things she definitely doesn't need to know, and some things that will probably just hurt her more than anything. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this does have an update, so I'm going to read that now. So I mentioned to my wife vaguely that I was having a bit of a midlife crisis and ruminating on my past a bit too much, that I miss how I was physically at my peak in college. She said she's also having a bit of a crisis, worried about long-term health and missing the shape she was in before kids. We made a commitment to each other to get into... Alfie doesn't care for what I have to say. We made a commitment to each other to get into shape and have changed our eating habits and bought a treadmill. I have been working out daily and my rumination issues have really dwindled. We also planned a nice vacation and a few get-togethers with friends in the next few months. So that's really, really good to hear. It doesn't sound at all like OP was ever losing feelings for his wife or gaining feelings for anybody else. It definitely sounds like he was just missing his younger self in general. And that's totally fine. I mean, I feel like everybody gets to that point in their lives. I'm 23 and sometimes I miss being 18, and I'm sure that once I turn 30 I'll miss being 23, so I feel like this is just a normal part of growing up. I'm really glad that OP did post an update and that they're doing a lot better now. It seems like OP's wife was feeling in a similar way as well, so it's really great that they could talk to each other about it and help each other out. That is it for this video. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you in the next one.